What's up?
Yo.
How's it going?
Chronicling optimizations.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah, it's fun. Having a great time.
This performance initiative is surely a team effort. Every last person is currently working on something related to performance. No question, engineers have the bulk of the work and are going to be the bulk of the impact. But designers, artists, animators, audio folks are also helping out.
We hope to get the latest tools with Scaleform 4.3 working soon, so we can add the batch profiling and wireframes and all that stuff that we had previously, and then some, to help us figure out exactly how many primitives we're drawing, how many quads are being drawn, and better ways to reduce that. So once we can get that overdraw working, then it'll be really good. So I'll be working on that today.
My name is Amit Patel. I'm the UI lead for PlanetSide 2. When I'm not performing spontaneous surgeries or looking for a White Castle, I am here optimizing.
They're stuffing our faces with ribs, meat, barbecue, and Amit's got a veggie burger.
To get 60 FPS, you have to get 16 2/3 milliseconds processing per frame, at least. Just talking from the UI, we've been spiking up to 4 or 5 milliseconds once in a while. We really want to keep that number to a minimum.
As you can tell, we're having a fantastic time here. Look at this. Check out this wonderful spike. It's beautiful.
Oh, let me zoom in.
Everything's going well, no problem, no problem. Bam, 8.85 milliseconds for no reason, except that it thinks it needs to garbage collect when I don't think it needs to.
Things that we do to minimize those values is we reduce the number of objects we see on the screen. Here we have a before, and on the right we have an after. Now we're primarily interested in this lower right region of the vitals. Every tick is a different texture. You'll notice that it has its own quad being drawn, right? Versus something that's really simple on the right side. Each entire bar is a texture instead of every tick.
We noticed that when we have twin collisions, array keeps building on itself and just keeps getting some ridiculous number, and it probably gets garbage collected at some point, which is why we're seeing 8-10 millisecond spikes.
Some of these numbers, like the HUD indicator and the minimap numbers, you'll see them spike periodically up to 1-2 milliseconds, even up to 3 milliseconds. Just that's not counting the render cost and advanced cost of Scaleform.
I think what we're going to do, if Jamie approves, I want to use a process queue for minimap and HUD indicators and encapsulate one indicator in an object so we can push them in a queue and just pop them off and process them until our frame limit's reached, so it will never theoretically spike in those systems. We'll just distribute the processing out. So if we're behind a few frames with state management, it's really not a huge deal. So I'm going to work with Chris on that.
Now our next step is to take those spikes and crush them down, make this graph look more organic. And in order to do that, what you have to do is create a cap on a per frame basis, on a per system basis. For example, I'm not going to process more than 200 microseconds for the HUD indicator system, no matter what. And so once we implement that cap, then we'll be able to avoid spikes altogether.
So what we have right now, we've throttled it to evaluating the client requirements around 3 times a second, 3 or 4 times. And while that helps us a lot, like by a millisecond to 2, it will still spike once in a while. And so we want to just get rid of that completely.
I'd say we're a third of the way through what we really want to do. This first third has gone extremely well. We're really happy with some of the stuff we've got. We've still got a lot of bugs to fix and a lot of issues to resolve, but it's really coming together. We're happy with what we got, and we're working on metrics to kind of figure out exactly how well we've done. But initial assessments are very good.
Sony.